Hello, my dear collective. This is Michaela from Shine Your Light Brightly 1111, a bit different today. Welcome or welcome back. Glad to have you here. I'm guided today to do something a bit different than usual on my channel. To bring through some channeled messages without tarot or oracle cards. And because I don't use any cards here today. There would be nothing to see if I would put on the cam. But what also is different when I just record an audio message, what I will do regularly in the future, is that I get much more extra messages that I can channel throughout the reading. So it's not the reading, throughout the audio message. So I'm so used when I record that I do a reading. So much more specific messages for the ones who are listening to this message. So whenever you stumble over these messages, there will be something inside for you here. As always, only take what resonates. Don't make anything fit. You will know when you trust your own intuition if this message is for you. And they want me to talk about quite some stuff here today. I took some notes so that I don't forget anything, but I already know when I work with Spirit this way that there will a lot come through that I don't know about yet either. So let me start with the channeled messages. I will just read them for now, and we will go deeper into certain messages of that. And let's just start. So the first message I got was, the task ahead may seem daunting and too big, but you have the strength to execute it very easily. All you have to do is to be willing to take a step forward. So the topic we will talk about is to get out of the comfort zone, out of the box. And they really want to go deep on that. Then the second one was, smile more often and show your teeth. I don't know. In my last reading, the full moon reading, it was also about, there was a message about smiling more often, but there was also something coming up about teeth. So I don't know what it is about with the teeth here coming up. The third message was, in the next 3 months, you will be able to sort around 3 of the major issues / problems you are facing now. That is a very specific message already. The next one was, the environment and people around you may be cold, but you have your own warmth to keep going. So don't depend so much on what others do, think. Spirit also gives now the message here that you are not alone. You are very guided, very, very protected. That is the main message today too. The next was, you have the capability to help everyone around you just by blessing them or being near them. That's very powerful. So many of you are really, maybe just by smiling at someone. I'm guided to share a little message right now. When I was driving in the train lately to work, usually when I drive to work and you look around, most people are, it seems like they are not really there. I mean, I think that is a common problem, that no one is really in the here and now. People are everywhere with their thoughts, but they are looking on their phones or having their headphones on, staring out of the window. So no one is really looking at someone else anymore. And I'm vibing pretty high, so I'm usually I don't know. I'm not really consciously smiling, but obviously that is kind of, my appearance to others somehow. But I was sitting there, and a woman was sitting down, and she was just, real quick looking at me, like, who's sitting there? And I was looking at her straight in the eyes and smiling. And she looked away, looked at me, and was so irritated. And I do that quite often. So people aren't used anymore to see someone smiling at them or to really have eye contact. I mean, out there with strangers, they aren't used to that. So, and she was totally irritated, but looked then at me and smiled too. And I heard my guide saying, "You've made her day," because she was really looking quite worried and, I don't know, tense somehow. So maybe you can just smile at someone randomly when you walk down the street or sitting in the train and make someone's day. But I know also that a lot of you are also vibing quite high, and only your presence is very powerful for others. And the last channeled messages that I wrote down is: the time for stability in your space has come. You will be able to translate your spiritual visions into the physical realm if you seize the opportunity right. So stability, structure is a very, very important topic. Spirit is pointing that out very, very clearly. I'm guided to go there first now. So many of you are in between worlds somehow right now. They show me lead to gold. So, and you are in between that. So in the process of making lead to gold. But that process now is important. It needs, first of all, structure somehow. So not being all over the place and do a bit here and a bit there. So it's really about to maintain a certain structure, important routines also, going back to routines, spiritual practices that help you to be structured and balanced. Balance in general is, of course, important. So they point out discipline, structure, joy, and love, especially self-love. So also a lot about going back to physical practices like yoga or qigong, something for the body also, to be more grounded. So many of us are in a very confused state currently because there is a lot going on cosmically also, so astrologically, and with the collective energies. And many of you are highly sensitive to energies when you are here. I'm pretty sure you are. And we pick up on that kind of stuff. And it's not easy to deal with. So it's really important right now to go back to your own balance, to certain spiritual practices, whatever that is for you. You will know. Spirit says It's to go back to something. It's not so much about finding something new. But these last months, it might have been that you've, I don't know, not doing things regularly, even though it felt good to do it regularly, and brought balance into your life and grounded you. So this is an important message to go back here to routines and structure. Also, self-care in general is very important. It's very important right now, Spirit points that out, to take care of yourself. Also to go out of self-destructive behavior, or there's something that wants to come through that I can, self-punishment for some of you, okay? So maybe guilt is playing a role here that you need to release. Releasing burdens and stagnancy also, and not escaping. So escapism is also a very huge topic at the moment. So Also, that came up in my full moon reading. You know, different ways of, there was, I think, gambling came up, as well as, you know, watching one TV show after the other, so all 100 episodes of a series somehow, to not have to deal with the stillness, the thoughts that are coming up, that kind of thing. So that is also something that needs to end. And even though you are guided here through me, through spirit, to take more care of yourself, it's also about to get a bit off your own, how to say that? I don't like the word problem. There are no problems. There are just tasks to be solved, or to be accomplished. It's about selfless service at the moment, to help others. Again, it can just be by smiling at them or having some kind words. But the message here is, it's so much more than about us personally. So sometimes we get very deeply, involved in our own little world, but it's about the bigger picture at the moment. Leaving the comfort zone is that other big topic they want to talk about, or want me to talk about to you. To get out of the box. Willing to release any kind of limitations. Also to free yourself from expectations that others might have placed on you. That can even be, for some of you, still from childhood. So through your parents or family in general. But of course it can be newer expectations too. Also to not think, to really live your life. It's your life. To follow your own goals, your own heart. So some letters are coming through. So I see F, K, a J, and they show me the W 3 times. So it might be about the World Wide Web. I don't know what that might mean for you. Maybe some of you can get more information here, or are active on the world. So maybe setting up their own homepage. Maybe that is something you wanted to do, or create a YouTube channel, or whatever it might be. But something about the World Wide Web. The number 7 might be significant for someone, and they show me also 999. So 999 is a lot about releasing the old, so ready to go into a new cycle, right? 10 would be the completion of a cycle. 9s are about to focus on yourself and release what's not serving. It's also a lot of about balance and success and wealth. I see red sneakers. What is that with the red? Maybe it's about the root chakra here, because lately in the full moon reading I saw a red base cap. Can remember that. So it's maybe when we go with the red, or it's really, someone, or you are wearing red sneakers. But red is of course the color that is associated with the base or root chakra. So it can be about grounding, feeling safe and secure. I hear Aries as well as Capricorn. And they show me clouds, smiling clouds. That's so clouds are representing spiritually kind of just thoughts, not negative, not positive, just thoughts. So that they show me a smiling cloud is really about to hold your mental state quite positive at the moment. They show me a pink plush bunny and a rocking horse. So it's for sure for some of you about childhood stuff. And they want me to also point out that so many of you did, maybe with this full moon that we just had, release work, right? Whatever your ritual here is, maybe writing it all down and then burning it, so everything you wanted to release. And you might feel quite heavy now. And also I hear empty, so you might feel a little emptiness. And Spirit is telling you here that is totally normal. First of all, you are in a transition phase. And when we do that kind of spiritual work, releasing energy that is not serving us any longer, it makes us feel tired and exhausted because we leave darkness behind and we get filled up with new light. There is new room now, more space now for the light to come in. So you might need more sleep, rest, rejuvenate, do something that feels good to you. I hear a spa, a massage, or just, lying in your bathtub with music and a candle and some beautiful scent. Do something good for you. And Spirit wants you to understand that emptiness you may feel, especially if you've released something from childhood that was with you for decades. As human beings, we get very used to even uncomfortable feelings or limiting beliefs or stuck energy or, I don't know, bad habits. So whatever it was for you that you managed to release, be proud of yourself. I see a blonde woman around her 30s, shoulder-long hair. And I see a man, I think, around, it's difficult, maybe around mid-40, 50, around about, with glasses and I would say 6 days beard. Brown hair, so mid-brown hair. Well, Spirit, it's always nice to get these messages, but you've made me lose my thread here. Emptiness. That it's when we let something like that behind that was with us for decades, that it leaves an emptiness, even though we know it wasn't serving us anymore and we released it willingly. It's weird when it's gone. And Spirit brings me back to leaving the comfort zone and get out of the box. The box is also a card in the archetype deck. I don't know if you are into archetypes, or so maybe you want to look that up and read about the box, because they kind of show me the vision of that card in the archetype deck that I have. Okay. Spirit is also pointing out that some of you are really, that's why the self-care is so important, really kind of forgetting yourself. So being very much being focused on everything around you or everyone around you, but not on yourself. And that needs to change. What's not, it doesn't mean that you can't be there for, and you even should, right? We got from Spirit here that the selfless service is important now too, but maybe different. So the main focus is on self-care here. What has nothing to do with selfishness. But you can even be there for others even better when you are balanced and feel good. So they show me a safety pin. I think that's the word. I'm not very sure if that's the English word for it. I hope you know what I mean. So it's kind of wanting to hold something together that's maybe not supposed to be with you anymore. So I see the letter N as well as S. And sixes. So maybe the 6 in general, but maybe the month of June is relevant for you, or you see 6s. This is also about balance. But the Spirit is telling me self-love, so I don't have it in mind that much what 6s are about. So they show me 4 6s in a row. So maybe you want to look up that angel number. I see sunglasses and a brush. So something about hair here. I think that came up before too in a reading. I also hear release perfectionism. So yeah, it's not about being perfect in something, right? That's actually limiting you. So when we leave our comfort zone, to get back to the box here, I know sometimes it feels a bit like I am all over the place, but it is because I have my notes, but get so many messages while I'm talking. So I try to not make it too confusing, but I hope it's okay still. Yeah, we grow when we leave the comfort zone, right? As of course, I can totally relate to that, that it's sometimes easier to stay where we are, even though we desire, that's the funny thing, right? We desire change, but to make the necessary steps, because they might be outside of our comfort zone, is a challenge then. But Spirit shows me one step after the other. So really do little things different. You know, you don't have to put yourself out there right away in a complete opposite way. So just do little things different. Take a different route to work. I don't know. Whatever I mean, we're talking about routines anyway. So, I mean, your everyday life would change if you get back to routines again, which are feeling good and make you more balanced and grounded. But yeah, little things. The train instead of the bus, or the other way around, or instead of the car, maybe. Or taking a walk, not through the usual park, but go somewhere different. I see someone taking a walk with the dog. It is a man with dark hair and also a beard, brown eyes. Don't know. I also see a woman, a bit older, maybe mid-50s, grayish hair. Looks quite worried, and I hear for some of you that's your ma. Maybe she needs you. Maybe just a phone call. They show me a phone. That's why I said that. I hear some of you are teachers. They show me a classroom. Or maybe this woman is a teacher because it's related maybe for some of you. I also see a movie theater, so and the number 3. So March might be significant. I see a Pegasus. So Spirit, what's that about? Connecting heaven and earth. Okay, the message with the Pegasus is, So some of you might have been very much in the spirituality, and others of you might have been very much in the physical world lately. And it is about to connect both more, to bring these both aspects into balance. So you can be very grounded and take care of everything in the physical world while being spiritual. I was told that quite often, that I'm not that. So, I mean, all of you know that, right? That sometimes when you tell someone, or when someone kind of sees, oh, she's spiritual, great, woo-woo. That is not how it is. I mean, we come, fortunately, into a time where it's more common, and where it's not that much in that way anymore. But I'm not 20 anymore, so I have to deal with that quite long already. But it's still there. It's still out there that people, when they see, oh God, she has a YouTube channel and tarot cards, weird, and I don't care about that stuff anymore. But there were times when I did, when I tried to hide that aspect of me, what, of course, I don't need to tell you, is not good. It's an aspect of me, and who doesn't like it? Well, look the other way. I don't care. That's me. But it is about what I was told very often, is that I am very grounded still. I always lived my physical life in the so-called normal way. I had always a job, where I went every day, or at least 3 days a week, something like that. I was not always working full time, but I also, when I had I had a longer break on my channel, 4 years. So it was a necessary break, but that doesn't belong here now. But when I had the channel going back then, I was glad that I also had my office job, because it was grounding me. When you do a lot of readings for YouTube and a lot of personal readings, so you're only in that, in these spiritual practices, and it's not just doing the readings, it's the work before and afterwards, right? The preparation and all the clearings and everything that belongs to it. So I was very much, a very long time of the week in that spirituality. And my office job was grounding me. Back then I wasn't working full time, so but it grounded me. And it's really about now to bring these two together, to connect heaven and earth, is what Spirit is saying. That's what the Pegasus here was supposed to tell us. I see a cross, so maybe you work with Christ energy, or it's about religion for you. So these signs or appearances and all these things that are coming through here, it might give some of you a sign that this message here is for you, that I pick up on your energy. And it would be great if you leave me a thumbs up or share the video and comment if it resonated with you, because I tried to get back on track here and it would help my channel to get back into the algorithm here. So I would really highly appreciate that. And it is also something that helps me to pick up more easily on your energies, because it's an energy exchange when you leave something on my channel here in form of thumbs up or comment. So that would be highly appreciated. Thank you for that. But we are not done here yet. What's next? Spirit wants me to give you a question to reflect on. And that is, how committed are you to your path? I don't know what this is about for each and every one of you. But they ask you to be honest with yourself here on this. So especially for the ones who might be still in that energy of, if something in my outer world would change, so if that person would just do this or not doing this anymore, or if that would change, I would be happy. So it's more about to get into that realization that it's up to you. So we never are a victim of our circumstances. It's always up to us. They show me someone dancing. So maybe dancing can be something to do for your body too, you know, what brings joy to. But dancing is also spiritually about going with the flow, with the rhythm. Find your own rhythm is what I hear. There's something that wants to come through, but I can't really grab it yet. So what wants Spirit you to know is that you are really highly protected at the moment. You are not alone. And they give you signs also. But some of you either don't really realize that, don't see these signs, or hear. That's different for all of you, how you receive the signs. I see someone kind of, brushing that off like it's a coincidence, means nothing. So, but it means something. So especially for that someone, whoever that might be listening here, it is of significance. And Spirit wants you to acknowledge these signs and reflect on them, what they mean to you. So I see a vet taking care of a dog. I think it's a Cocker Spaniel. I don't know if that's of significance. I hear green, so I don't know what the color green means to you. Maybe someone has green eyes here, or your person does have. But green is also the color that is associated with the heart chakra, so it can be about heart chakra opening here. I hear long distance. I see the number 1, the letter Y, and I think it's a P. I hear celebration. So Spirit wants you also to celebrate the little wins, right? So as we've said before with leaving the comfort zone and, just do little things. And when you did in the evening, really celebrate yourself for doing things differently. Even if it's just a baby step. Baby steps forward are at least movement forward and out of stagnation. And that was one of the main topics here, right? To get out of stagnancy. Don't be afraid of change, of moving forward. And leaving the comfort zone, I've said it before, is of course what makes us grow. So growth comes from doing things differently. So when we are in the comfort zone with the same routines all the time, doing it all the same way, where should growth come from? But growth, Spirit wants me to point out, of course, growth can be painful too. It brings up, maybe wants us or needs us to look at our shadow sides, and we all have them. And also change and growth means we leave things behind that aren't serving us any longer. But that is something good, and it is something necessary. They show me autumn, so, when the leaves are falling. So the nature shows it to us that to bloom in spring again, at some point you have to leave behind the old. That is just what the life is about, cycles. They also show me again that relaxing, so finding that self-care, right? So that relaxation will lead to activation of certain things inside of you spiritually. And that you can trust your own intuition, your own inner light, that is the best guide. They also want to point me out to really listen to your emotions. They are the best guidance system. If something isn't feeling good, you are not in alignment with your soul. And if something feels good, you are. Then go for it. They, before I close this here today, they want me to give some messages. I see 444, by the way, to give some messages in regards to love here. So for some of you who are in separation with their counterpart, I usually also, when I do love readings, pick up on that. They show me, by the way, a concert. So I don't know if that's, maybe you met your person there, or that's a beautiful memory. I also see someone boating again. That comes up in every reading. So someone of you, let me know in the comments, please, if someone of you is boating or your person is, because it comes up in every reading also I do, that I see someone boating. Don't know what that is about. I see the letter G and V. I see G twice. I don't know if that's important. And the letter D as well as O. They point again out to smile more and show your teeth. I see even a man. I don't know if the appearance here is of significance again. I think around mid to end 20s, maybe early 30s. Brown hair, really beautiful smile. I see this person in a grocery store. I don't know. In regards to love, Spirit is saying your wishes can come true. You have to believe it, and you have to be clear on, so in a positive way. Don't try to manifest from lack. We talked about it in almost every reading. Just in the full moon reading, it came up, you can't manifest true love from a broken heart, was the main message of that reading. So everything you can imagine can come true if you believe. And Spirit is showing me, how is that called? So the fountain where you can, put a coin in and have a wish free, kind of that thing. So you have a wish here. Just be clear on what you really wish for and imagine the most beautiful scenery you can. Even if it's cheesy, it doesn't matter. They show me a dolphin. So dolphins, so maybe that, you want to look up that spirit animal. Dolphins are in penguins too, okay? So both are about community, actually. Interesting. So both animals are about community. The dolphin is also about joy, fun, playfulness. But maybe look that up if you feel guided to. Penguins, for me personally, both animals are also about love. So we are talking about the topic love here, so that's no coincidence. I have another topic coming up that was in the full moon reading, changed eating habits. So some of you want to go into a more healthy style here. Others want to lose weight, and others are emotional eater and have gained weight. So that can all be also in regards to ascension here. But if you are an emotional eater, maybe go deeper here. Why is that? What is that? What is missing? What do you think is missing that you need to eat? And maybe find a different approach here. But I talked about that in the full moon reading, so I don't go deeper here. In regards to love, they tell me that it's important right now that there can be steps forward toward each other, especially so again if you're in complete separation or even non-communication at all. Is the possibility right now to make steps toward each other, but small steps, baby steps, but that's good. Spirit is pointing out that this is a phase where you can team up to make things happen. Wasn't that always in the full moon reading? I can't remember, but I think kind of it was there too. And to maintain a friendship, first of all, especially for the ones who don't know each other very well yet, or were separated for a very long time, so both of you did have changed, and so it's about to get to know each other again. And to really take that time, both of you, Spirit points out, both of you need that time to get to know each other, to open up, to come into trust, to feel well around each other. So I hear regret. For some of you, it's also about a third party. So where one of you is with someone else. So they really point out the third party with another partner, because third party doesn't always have to be about another person, but they point out in this case, for the message now, it is about that there are responsibilities still that someone has to take care of. Maybe there's family involved, so children. So the slow start or the slow new start helps both of you to come into that trust and to open up slowly but surely. I see 1331, and I hear something about good fortune and luck. And that slow movement will also help you to balance out the emotions, the relationship, to talk about certain things, maybe from the past, if you have a past together. So forgiveness might be crucial here too. So forgiveness is a huge topic in general, right? Also forgiving ourselves. We got guilt here somewhere today. So whatever it is about for you personally. So guilt is a huge indicator also for that we got self-punishment, right? Or self-destructive behavior that usually comes from guilt. So maybe you want to do some work on that. Some shadow work here. So Spirit, is there anything else you want me to say now? Because I kind of feel like that could be it here for today. They point out again that you are loved. Stay positive. Trust. Yes, so I don't get anything else now. So I hope this helped you in some way. Thank you so much for listening. And I wish you, well, a wonderful time, all the strength you need, and take care. Bye-bye.